my dolls, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have no makeup on, so this is going to be a get ready chit chat video, or chit chat get ready with me video. I'm going out tonight, well later on today, to a baseball game. So I want to get a little dolled up today and we're going to be doing it together. To start off, I'm going to be priming my face per usual. I have been loving my Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio, and it is for dry skin, and I really like this one. So we're going to be priming with this first. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I feel so stupid because I didn't know it had a pump. I did a full review on this foundation. One thing I didn't like is the fact that it didn't have a pump, and it does. I forgot her name, but this girl saw my review on it and she told me, don't feel bad, but it actually has a pump. Try opening it harder. And there it was. It's been there all along. I started putting the foundation and I forgot to put my corrector. That's what happens when you talk and you want to do things at the same time. I'm using the Benai Media Pro SK2 highlighting wheel. A lot of you ask me all the time where I get it. And I get it from a store online called Makeup Mania. They actually sell a lot of things for like Halloween and things like that, like professional stage makeup, and that's where I get this one. Benai is actually, I think they cater more to professional stage makeup, and their products are really good. So I will leave a link in the description box in case you're interested. Alright, and now I can continue with the foundation. So I'm going to be using, like I said, the Josie Maran with my beauty blender. For sure I need to prime because my eyes are just super oily. That's like the only part of my face that's super oily. So I'm going to be using my Soft Ochre paint pot, and I'm applying it with a Zoeva 242 concealer buffer brush. Let me get you guys closer to my eyes. To set from brow bone to lid, I'm gonna be using Soft Peach by the Anastasia Beverly Hills Shadow Couture palette, and I'm just gonna be taking that on a E60 brush from Sigma. This is just going to make sure that we have a matte and soft canvas for the application of the eyeshadow. I'm gonna use as many palettes as I can today. I just want to play around with my makeup because I haven't played with makeup in such a long time. So I'm gonna take my Manny MUA palette and I'm gonna take this shadow right here in the center. I think this is Sora, and it's just like a matte warm brown, and with that we're gonna be warming up the upper crease. Next I'm going to be taking Matrimony by the Balm. This shadow, I actually got it in my Ipsy bag. I think it was last month. And it's pretty similar to this one here on the palette. But I want to try as many products as I can today because, like I said, I haven't played with makeup in such a long time. So let's just try that. Let's try that out. And I'm going to be using this Vasanti brush. It's a contour eyeshadow number 4 brush. I also got that in my Ipsy bag last month. So many great products that I've been getting lately, and I haven't had the chance to film for you guys the opening, but I promise I'm gonna get better once I get my house settled down into a house again. And yeah. Alright, so it looks good like that. Let me just go once again with this brush just to blend out a little bit more. Now I'm taking Aphrodite from the Manny MUA palette and Makeup Geek with the same brush just to intensify this one on the outer V only. It's actually a tiny bit darker than the other one. Actually a lot darker. Look at that. Then we come back in and blend some more. Now I want to clean up the lid a little bit, but I can't find the primer that I was looking for. So I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer. I use this Prep and Prime pen by MAC just to clean up the actual lid area. And with a concealer brush, very small, very precise, we're going to clean that up. Alright, so now we have the lids really clean, and now on the actual lid, I don't know, I want to go for something very bright. And I'm just going to be taking Artemis. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. You guys know I'm horrible. But it's just a pretty champagne color shadow. And I'm going to be applying that using a small shader brush, and this one is from Zoeva. It's a 234 brush. I don't think that's what I want today, so let me go with a different shadow. Let's go in the bronzy family. So I'm going to be taking my Kat Von D La Vida Loca palette, and I'm going to take that bronzy shade right here. I'm actually going to leave the beginning here with only that previous shadow that we use, and then the new one I'm just going to put it on the outer part, like from the center on, like that. Just leaving the very inner corners of the eyes light. I think now we're talking. That's what I was looking for. I'm going back in with Aphrodite just to darken up and cut the crease a little bit more on the outer edges. Now I'm going to be lining my eyes, and I can only find this liner right now. It's actually really good, but I want it black and I can't find it. I'm going to be using this ink liner in Hemingway by Kat Von D. It's a really easy to use little pen. So yeah, we're just going to be creating our wing with it. So the liner actually came out really nice. I quite like it. I am a fan of brown liners, especially for the daytime, because I feel that they look a little bit more appropriate, like everyday appropriate. So now we're just going to be applying some mascara. I'm using the Rimmel Accelerator Lash Accelerator. I really like this one for every day also, because it's so easy to remove at the end of the night. That's like a plus for me. Now I'll put my false lashes. These are by MAC, and they are in the style, I think these are the Marilyn Monroe. Very nice and wispy, so I'm just going to be applying them off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we have the lashes on, so I'm going to continue with my concealer. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have been obsessed with this concealer lately. I never thought I would like another concealer more than the Naked Skin. I'm actually not 100% sure which one I prefer, but they're both amazing. This one is so good. It's so thick, the consistency, but yeah, it feels really nice and thin on the skin, which is weird, but I really love it. It's super full coverage, and you only need a little bit. Like, it's not like the other one that I actually go and like go crazy with it. I don't need to put that much like I usually do with the other one, and it covers so well. I'm gonna go in and just blend that with my fingers. You guys know the drill. I like to bring it all the way to the corners of the nose. It's because it helps with the contouring of the nose a little bit. Whatever product I have left with the fingers, I just apply it on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. I'm going to come back in with the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of the Chill Setting Makeup Spray by, I just ate it, by Urban Decay. This concealer honestly sets on its own, but I'm going to be outside in a humid weather, so I just like to take this extra step just to make sure that doesn't break on me or anything like that later on. So now to set that in place, I'm going to be using the banana shade or the yellow shade from the Kat Von D palette, and also this one here. I'm going to be setting the under eyes some more, and as you can see, it brightens up the area a lot more too. Look at the difference. So as I told you, I'm going to be going out to the heat outside, so I'm going to be setting my foundation with my Maybelline Fit Me Fit Me powder. It's a setting powder. I'm going crazy today, but I'm just going to set it lightly. I don't like to apply too much powder, so I want the eyes to be very smoky and grungy kind of. So I'm going to be mixing this one, which is a NARS, which is the red one from this palette, and Sora. In mixing the two together, I'm going to run it on my lower lash line just so that it can look really nice and smoky, a little bit on the grungy side too, by adding the red. So that's what we have so far, and I think I'm going to take the darkest Aphrodite. I'm actually going to just focus that mainly on the outer part of the lower lash line. Now I just want to apply a brown liner on the waterline. This Rich Experience from MAC. Alright, so now we're just going to be applying some mascara to the bottom lashes. Alright, and with that we complete the eye makeup. I love how it turned out. It's so grungy, but at the same time kind of like elegant. I don't know, I really like how it turned out. I have a little bit of fallout from the mascara because I keep blinking, but I'm going to wait for that to dry out, and then I'll just wipe it off. And what is next? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to contour. I am going back to my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. For some reason I stopped using this for a very long time once I discovered the Kat Von D one, but I'm using it lately. I'm a little bit more tan now, so these two shades are really good for like bronzing, and as you can see I already ate the banana color here. Using my Real Techniques contour brush, I'm going to start contouring. So next I'm going to be taking my little eyeshadow brush from Sephora. It's also from that limited collection that I have. And I'm going to be taking the shadow in the middle. And with that, I'm going to be contouring my nose.
Mom, did you do your makeup?
Yeah. Oh, I want something in the inner corners of the eyes. What am I going to do? I'm going to be taking this one back. Yes, mi amor, on a pencil brush, and I'm gonna be highlighting the inner corner a little bit more, also the bottom part. ¿Qué fue, mi amor?
You should take your eyes. That's it.
So I'm going to now just move to highlight. I have so much going on this table. I actually have been obsessed with using liquid highlighters lately. I have been using, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm trying to fix the mess that I have going on here. The Becca Illuminator, Liquid Illuminator in Opal to highlight every day, like for daily use, and it looks so pretty because it's so natural looking. So you kind of have to move fast though with this type of products because it can get hard to blend. So we're going to blend that with the fingers. Tap that off. I'm going to be coming with my Sun Dip Glow Kit from Anastasia, and I'm gonna be dipping into Tourmaline, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is more on the pinky side, and I think it goes really well with the makeup. So I'm just gonna apply the smallest amount here. Nothing too crazy. And I'm sorry for the background noise, but my son is over there playing and he doesn't know to stay quiet when mommy needs him to stay quiet. So I think we're ready for a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to be using the Chill Makeup Setting Spray by Urban Decay. I don't know if I should keep it grungy and just keep my beloved Sepia from Anastasia, or if I should try something different. So I'm going to line my lips first using Plum from NYX. I'm going to go over that with a little bit of Lady Be Good from MAC. Just a slight amount, just so I can mattify a little bit the redness of the lips. So for blush, I'm going to be taking my 9N Morphe palette, and I'm going to take this one right here. I almost forgot to apply blush. And just the slightest amount. It's super pigmented. So what do you guys think? I really like how it turned out. It looks a little bit different, kind of like an ombre type of lip. So I like it, so I'm gonna keep it like that. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows. Like I said, I'm gonna record it in a different video, so be on the lookout for that, maybe before this one or after, not quite sure yet. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I finished off the brows, and as you can see, I switched up the lipsticks. So I decided to go out for a nude, just to give you guys two different options, and also because I'm going to be eating outside, so I want to make sure that that it's a color that's not going to smudge and go crazy throughout the day. So that's why I went with a nude. I used Myth from MAC and lined them up with Strip Down, also from MAC, and that is the finished result. That is it. Thank you for chit-chatting with me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad that I'm back. It's been such a long time, so I'm so happy. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.